Alright, yeah, and welcome back to some more Rimworld Alpha 16. So, area revealed. I think it's this one here. Yes, it is. Wonderful. So, in the previous episode, we ended up completing our kill box, and I've got a few suggestions from you guys, and I hope to implement them. So, what we've done is, essentially, what we need to do, should I say, is we need to make an animal bed. Let's see, 45 of any material. It looks like hair leather is going to be the one that we choose. So we'll get some hair leather in. I guess I'll put it in the actual production slash kitchen area for the sake of our animal, Alistair, as he is most commonly known. So we'll make a bit of furniture for him. It should also improve the beauty of the room, though we don't expect it to be very pretty, to be honest, because it's got high-tech research benches in there and stuff like that. Another thing to change is to add a door in here so that we can move between these rooms. Hopefully that should increase the productivity of our people. And then also some floors as well. And I think I want to make the floors out of limestone since we've got a lot of blocks for that. So if we go to floors and limestone, there you are. We'll make a pathway like so. We want essentially the most efficient path to our kill box area so that when the time comes we can be really fast about it. And also wherever we build a floor there will be no plants growing as well. So let's try and do that as best we can. Try and make a most efficient path possible as well. So something like that seems about right. Bring it down here. And then a path down this way as well. Get rid of that. There we go. There we go. So that essentially brings a path to every single door except for this one, of course. But the walk speed should hopefully be a lot faster. If you see at the bottom left, you see the soil gives 80%, 87% walk speed. Whereas walk speed on rough marble is 93. I believe limestone tiles is going to provide 100%, if not more. So we'll exploit that. Lawrence with the backswings on those horseshoes there. You got some skill there, brah. Okay. So, it's a number of things to do. There was another suggestion to close off the buildings for when toxic fallout comes, but really what we can do is when we end up building in this sort of compact way, I can just sort of build a wall here and then this will become a hallway and it'll our colonists will build roofs for that sort of thing. So we don't really have to worry about that too much, but it's something I'm going to keep in mind whenever I build any buildings in the future. So we're on with our limestone. Hopefully someone gets on the stone cutting. I think we've still got, yeah, we've got a fair few limestone chunks here, so we're going to be able to produce a fair few more. Probably going to go double thickness on some of these as well, because we did want double thickness paths so that when we get a lot more people, they're not like walking in between each other and slowing each other down. So that's something I'm considering. Other than that, as far as progressing our build state, what do we really need? We've got an extra room, although it does need another double bed, so we'll build that right now. That'll be what we do. So, standing lamp right there, and a power conduit. I'm going to run it through this way, and the reason for that is when we end up having turrets here, I want to have a switch so we can turn the power off on the turrets when we're not using them to save some energy. That way we don't really need the power to actually have the turrets and all of our lights and production things, workbenches online at the same time. We only have to kind of use extra power whenever we turn on the turrets. So that's the hope. So let's have a look. Limestone tile, walk speed 100%. So yeah, we can walk a lot faster on that sort of stuff, which is pretty sweet. So everything's going to get done a lot quicker, which is pretty nice. Tony's still working on the limestone. I should probably put a cap on the range of that, actually. So if we go to bills, details, and the ingredient radius, we'll bring that down. That seems about right. It encapsulates the stockpile we've got set up, and then a small radius in our base as well. Minor break risk. NG. usually the case, because your brother died. Yeah, so there's not much we can really do about you. But you are hot. That's something we have to consider. What we can do for being hot is when we actually get our hallways underway, we can just ventilate the hallway, and that should hopefully just emit out a cool air among all of our other rooms. And since we've got nothing to do, let's add floors and wood flooring. Let's finish all of this off today. That seems about right. Let's get the doorways in there as well. NG has gotten food poisoning from a simple meal. Yeah, we don't really have a very good cook, unfortunately. The best cook is 5, which ain't great. But, you know, what can you do? So, what's our wood situation? 280. I should probably order some more wood to be chopped. Hopefully in these areas. Yeah. Let's cut plants. Let's cut the plants of every single tree that is not selected right now, so that any raiders don't have any cover to take in any of these specific places. We'll get some wood from them, although we won't get the optimal yield from those trees. We want them gone anyway, though. Eventually we want to put some sort of stone tiling down on this kill zone so that none of the trees ever grow back, or any bushes or anything like that, because we want absolutely no cover for the raiding parties. Seems as though we've run out of limestone. I might actually have to knock up the radius on that briefly until we've got our flooring done properly. Seems like we've even glitched a little bit because it's supposed to blend, but it hasn't. What can you do? Let's speed up the time. Alistair now has a lovely hair leather bed, which is pretty sweet. We have a spare bed. We don't really even need this one, so we're actually going to turn the power off. Yes, yes. More tutorials that I've tried to turn off. How's Alistair doing with his training? Let's have a look. He hasn't learned anything. Have we even got a handler? We don't. I guess I'll put Levin the chemist on handling. He only has to do it once a day. He's pretty terrible at it, but if he's doing it once a day, that's absolutely fine. I think we've got the food to deal with that. 90%, 89, 85, 27, and 98 on our heal route, which is pretty good because we've still got 20 medicine left. So we're pretty sorted on that. I'm just thinking whether or not I want another heal route patch, and I think I probably do. So there's a bit of a staggered effect between some of them. We'll put some heal route there. There you are. And our growers get something to do as well, because we're kind of running out of things to work on at the moment. Electric smelting is still going, but we don't really have any shrapnel of any kind to get. I see a ship chunk there. You'll deconstruct that. Get some steel and some components. And yeah, that seems about it. Is that compacted steel? It is. Wonderful. Awesome. How's our food? We've got a lot of meat. I haven't actually finished the flooring in our fridge yet. We want that to be as sterile as possible. And our flooring's been done there as well, so let's push this little bit of flooring. Everywhere now seems to be, there we go, wood flooring, which is pretty sweet. Don't really need it in our stockpile because there's nothing that needs any kind of sterile situation to be in. The cleanliness, more specifically. In fact, what do people think of their rooms? Average size, impoverished, mediocre. Yeah, that's suitable. It's not optimal, of course, but detected a cluster of cargo pods crashing nearby. Ooh, slate blocks. 241 of them, more specifically, and it's quite close to our base, so I'll go grab them. Saves us time if we ever want to have any stone block flooring from having to do it. Go on, Levin. What have you got? Was that 1 out of 2? I think he's trained... Yeah, he's trained obedience, which is pretty sweet. We're just training rescue now, which essentially means he'll grab some downed people if they ever get into trouble. Though I've never actually seen any animals actually grabbing anyone who needs rescue. I don't think the AI is that good at it, to be honest, but we'll see. We will see. There's some limestone there, so we're still getting the limestone chunks for our flooring, which is pretty sweet. Right, expansion. Let's have a look at our production. What haven't we got that we need? I don't think we've got any good crafters. We've got a 9 out of 20, which is kind of acceptable. But you're mostly our constructor and our hunter. Although when you're not doing those things, I'd really like you to do some of these. Electric smelting's been finished, which is wonderful, which means we can get onto cremation, which shouldn't be too far away. I'm very happy to see that. Well, let's get the electric smelter in here. Further away from the door because it's not going to be as often that we use this. So we'll put it there. We also have to run a power line to it as well. Let's just run it across here, I guess. And down this way. Just in case we want a light in here or anything like that. We're going to turn this off because we have no use for it, but we'll build it because we'd be happy to have it. We've actually got our heal root harvested and got 15 out of it. It's not bad. How many heal root plants have we got? We will never know. Alright. 3 by 6. 6, 12, 18. We got 18. Alright. This must mean we've failed at harvest on there. Interesting. Right, let's disable the power. Oh, we've got a fire from the thunder, although it is fading very quite fast. We got it. Wonderful. Are these set to auto rearm? They are. Wonderful. I guess we're just gonna order some manual labour, really. Let's order this steel here while we can. We'll deconstruct this bit because we know it's a useless bit of the wall. And also, I see a bit of compacted machinery there. So we'll grab that. And also this bit, because I'm greedy and I want more. So that's a lot of mining jobs to be done. Construction-wise, we've got 2 bedrooms now that we don't actually have anyone living in. In fact, ooh, cremation's done. Wonderful. With that in mind, what do we want to do? We could do brewing. Brewing's fun. Allows you to build a brewery to transform hops into tasty, tasty beer. I think that's the only bit of the tech tree you have to unlock, because I know they've expanded upon brewing. I kind of like that idea. We have a lot of depressive people in our group, so to have them get a little bit of joy out of drinking beer will be kind of good. Yeah, let's get some brewing done. That could be our trade resource, because we do want to become traders and use the world map that is new for the alpha. That would be nice. Right, production, I believe it's in. Yes, it is. Electric crematorium. Let's use the slate blocks that we've gathered and make ourselves a crematorium for the corpses that are going to be in these graves. Heat wave. An unusual heat wave as we go. Watch out for heat stroke. Oh dear. That's the thing. Let's part of me wants to just put a cooler in every single room, but the other part of me knows that eventually we're going to wall this off and make it all interior. An entire interior design kind of deal. I guess what I'll do is put a cooler there and a cooler there. And we're going to put some vents in instead. And that way these 2 coolers are actually ventilating between all of the rooms that we've got available. And I think that might be enough. We'll see. When we end up getting heat stroke from it not being the case. We'll slow down the timer a bit. Actually, we'll speed it up until they wake up and then we'll slow it down. No need to be this fast. So everybody's going to get their meals and then hopefully they start construction on these coolers. Do we have the components? We have 16 and these take 3. So yeah, we only need 6. And steel wise, 115. 90. Yeah, we definitely don't have enough steel, so mining, we should be at 4 really. I'm going to push Tony up to a 1, even though Tony's obviously mining right now. Kiko is cooking and then constructing. It seems though we've got enough meals. from time to time, although he keeps going back to it. Well, at least we've got a cooler spanning across 3 rooms now. 4 rooms, officially. Wonderful. We just need a little bit more steel before we can get that everywhere. But as long as we've got enough of the rooms covered, we should be fine. It's 42 degrees in there and 30 in there. We just need the temperature to spread. Temperature's down here for those who don't know. So it's 30 in the room with the coolers, but it gets progressively warmer as it goes further in. We just need this one to balance, pushing cool air that way and pushing cool air that way. It should be fine. Let's disallow the building of that, because we'd really need these coolers finished. Looks like our limestone floor's almost done though. We've got this little bit here. We're going to forbid that as well. Really want the heat stroke related production rooms to be done. It seems as though we have officially got enough stuff, so let's unforbid everything now. So what we should see is this room being the hottest and these being the coolest, essentially. 32, 33, kind of, 32, yeah. And they should push hot, cool air into the center as well, which hopefully should be fine. If it's not, then we'll put another cooler here and then it'll definitely be fine. It's the most efficient way to do it, as far as I'm concerned. How did a tree grow in the middle of our farm? That is a question I'd love to know. Food-wise, we should probably put... Yeah, like that. We've got 1,062 food, which is pretty sweet. Let's expand some of this, because reasons. There we go. So we got 10 meals, 1,000 food that is frozen right now. Well, it's not frozen right now, which is actually kind of a problem. So a lot of the meat spoils in 1 day or less, which our tortoise meat, for example, is going to be doing. So it's really in our best interest for this heat wave to either end or for us to cook extra meals. I'm not going to bother cooking extras though. I don't think it's too necessary. We're only making simple meals right now, and that only takes a vegetable. So losing our meat right now isn't too bad. We were only getting meat really because we hadn't got our food situation under control. What the hell's going on here? There's a bush under this strawberry bush. That must be a glitch. So down to 8 meals, so we're waiting for NG to finish those as well. Why are you making them separately? Is it because they spoil in a different time? It's because they're made from different things, apparently. We've got some minor breaks. We could do with making a social room, perhaps. But I think the more important thing to do is maybe... Ooh, rejected a proposal. Levin has rejected Lawrence's marriage proposal. Lawrence is going to be unhappy about this. Lawrence and Levin are no longer in a relationship, but they're sleeping together. They're still, they're ex-lovers, but they still like each other. That's kind of good. Although, was that just dropping there? Lawrence's opinion of me is 69. Well, aren't you just a big winner? You get minus 15 for being an ex-lover, but that seems to be just enough for you guys to like each other. It's very nice to know that everybody in this colony actually enjoys everybody else's company. It's usually not the case. You usually get someone who rubs someone up the wrong way and then they're never friends again. Do we want to expand our security? I don't think so. We've got no animals in our base right now. We've got this ostrich who thinks that he's going to get into the base, so we're going to hunt him. And I'm going to hunt this guy as well. Anyone who gets close to our base gets hunted, including people. Because I'm evil. Right. Research on brewing is almost done, so next episode is probably going to be the brewing episode. Because there's a lot to do there. You need to ferment the hops that you get. And in fact, speaking of fermenting hops, let's add another growing zone. Let's make some hops. I don't know if these are going to finish before winter arrives, but it's worth a try. Let's go for hop plant. And that's just going to set us up with a trade resource for when any sort of caravans turn up. And also an extra little bit of joy for the depressive people in our group. Let's have a look. Hospital bed. We could do a hospital bed. I don't know if there's anything else that we probably want to do. Refineries to make chem fuel from wood. Oh, that's for using transport pods and stuff like that. It's a new part of the update. You can fire off your own little transport pods, which is how we arrived. If you wanted a bit of context. Smithing to make metal weapons. And then machining to disassemble guns and mechanoids. We haven't had any mechanoids yet, so it's not too important to us. Pemmican, drug production. Multi-analyzers probably the one to go for. Allows colonists to build multi-analyzers which increase research speed and allow higher level research projects if placed near a research bench. I think this needs gold and plasteel. We have the gold and we know where plasteel is, so it's not too much of a problem. So we'll get on with that. Come on, Angie. Nice. Shot down that emu or ostrich. One or the other. They're all the same. Okay. So food's alright. Housing's alright. Production's underway. We're kind of making a little bit... Ooh, new lovers. Levin and Lawrence have come back together and are now lovers again. Well, that lasted a long time, didn't it? Bloody hell. Go on, Angie. Shoot one that's not the person you should be shooting. And then you can hunt it. There we go. Wonderful. Set that rat to be hunted because it's close to our base and we know the rules. You're mining that out. Ooh. 700 steel. That's pretty good. We're going to be getting a little bit more. That's going to do it for the episode anyway, guys. So if you did enjoy the content, then be sure to leave a like. Helps me out a great deal. Be sure to press that little bell next to your subscribe button as well to be notified when I release a new video. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already for more Rimworld content as well as other stuff. And if you're not sure what that is, then stay for the end card, see the rest of it, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.